Hey, it's Steven here from Marketplace Superheroes, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick way to get into your product research a lot more, well, quickly. Let's get into it. Now, before I unveil this really mysterious, amazing, simple process that you're really going to enjoy today, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. Number one, like the video. Why not? It's going to be exciting. It's going to be enjoyable. Like the video, to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. So what is this process? Well, look, we teach a very in-depth process at Marketplace Superheroes as to how to find products that you should be selling on Amazon. Today, I'm going to give you a process that's kind of like if you have that, what Tony here calls the blank slate or the blank page syndrome, whereby you're looking at something and the cursor's blinking and there's a lot of pressure. This is a way you can get into research a little bit more quickly, and you may find some products that are interesting. You also might find some stuff that's not interesting, and that's absolutely the point, because as you know, when we find something not interesting, we can segue off of that and look for other interesting products that are related. So my goal now is to show you how this works so that you can utilize it right away and get some results. All right, so we're on our screen here and we are looking at something a little bit different. And what is that? Well, we're looking at a list of hobbies on Wikipedia. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ones, indoors, outdoors, etc. And you can see this big list here of all of the different things that you could be looking at. Now, this is where the hack is kind of interesting. So I'm going to start in the indoor hobbies. I'm going to pick drawing as my example. So I'm going to pop over to Amazon now. And here's the key. Type in the niche plus accessories. So drawing accessories. All right. Press enter. And now we are brought into the page where it says 20,000 plus results for drawing accessories. That would be normal, right? Because it's a big category. Now I want you to look to the left of the screen, click down to see more, and now you see within arts, crafts, and sewing, there's different options relating to drawing because we've typed that in and we've searched that, okay? Now what we want to try here is, let's go with art drawing supplies. What's happening now is there's 2,000 results or more because we're going down and down and down. It's like a funnel of research, right? We started at a big one and we're moving down, 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 down into smaller, more specific products, okay? So here we have lots of ideas, and as you can see, the BSRs are jumping in and they're coming from the tool that I'm using here, as we've talked about it before. The tool being here, Amazon Quick View. That's what we're using to see all these different BSRs, okay? Now, let's just look at, let's take this one. So it's doing 514 in the parent category, so it's a very popular product in arts, crafts, and sewing. So let's just open this in another tab, right? And what is this product? Well, it's an A4 LED light box tracer. Now, I know what you're gonna say, Steven, it's got like a power to it. You wouldn't usually sell that. That's not really the point of today's video. Today is just to give you ideas that you can implement. So let's just take this product and we'll look at some more today, but let's look at this one and see what's interesting or not interesting about it, okay? So we'll just copy this A4 LED light box tracer. And what we might even do actually is just take out the A4. We might even take out the LED. Let's just see what happens. So we'll go Lightbox Tracer, and as you can see, 263 results. So right down so quickly to something more specific. It's less than 1,000. It's somewhat interesting. So we type in LED. Let's just see if it changes anything. 242. It's only minorly changed. So, we'll just leave it at Lightbox Tracer for now. So we'll come down here, and again, all those little ranks are going to start loading. And what do we see? Well, this is very interesting. In home and kitchen, this thing is 178. What does that tell us? This is selling insanely well. Like, we are talking over 100 units a day. This thing is selling well over, in fact, because that category is huge. In arts, crafts, and sewing, 514, so on and so forth. Now, like, I'm not really going to get into the competitiveness of this market, etc., but what I would say in a quick look is a very big market, very, very big, and probably too competitive. But here's the cool thing. There's only 263 results on Amazon for Lightbox tracers. So even though these are low BSRs, there's still a potential in this market. Now, it may not be the best, you can do more research on it, but the point entirely is we went from no idea to something that is specific and something that's quite interesting very, very quickly. And that to me is very exciting. So with that said, let's look at some more examples. Let's stay in the same niche and see if we can find some other ideas as well, just based on this one little simple process that we're looking at today. So let's go down a little further. So we looked at the kind of the arts, crafts, and sewing, we looked at the drawing market, and then we clicked into the drawing accessories market, right? So in here, we see artists mannequins, and I laughed because I thought it said mankinis, and I was like, what? In the art category? There can't be mankinis in there, and there aren't, thankfully, but mannequins. Now, when you click that, the kind of weird thing is that and I said a ting like an Irish person there, okay? Cue the Tom Cruise in Far and Away, Tony.
Tell me you like my hat.
What we have here is lots of these different mannequins, right? And these are clearly for comic book art and just some kind of art in general. Now you can see these BSRs are well over 20,000, that they're kind of out. And what I thought though was, I found this item here, Moi Doi wooden mannequin. So I thought that was interesting. So what if we clicked in here and let's just grab wooden mannequin. And I know it's spelled the other way as well, but this is the way it would be spelled by most people. 264 results. So again, right down very quickly again. And if you have a quick look down here, you can see that the BSRs, there's 2733, 8964, 12,049. So like this one is somewhat interesting of a market. Again, may not be the best market in the world, but the point is that the results are less and there are lots of products that are in range here. So that's interesting in itself. And we were able to get to that, as I just said again, very quickly by just looking at a hobby and breaking it down from there. So we'll try something else now. We'll look at some other examples so that we can see this applied in other categories other than just this drawing one. All right, quiz question. This is the weirdest quiz question we've ever done, but it's a bit of fun. So please do help us out and give us a comment. These comments really help the channel and they help the video as well. So the question's simple. I talked about mankinis earlier on, and who made mankinis famous? Was it A, Homer Simpson? Was it B, Borat? Was it C, Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What is the answer? And Splinter's a little bit of a foreshadow for what's coming later in this video. Anyway, what is the answer? Is it A, B, or C? And now what I want you to do is actually type in the real answer. So if you think Homer Simpson is the answer, type that down in below as well. Bit of fun. Please do jump in right now to the comments and do it. And I will pick a winner and send something to you. It will not be a mankini. That's the good news. And let's get back to the video. All right, so let's get back to the list again and see more different hobbies that are out here. And there's everything in here from, metalworking to model engineering, right? Everything. But I'm just going to take bowling as an example as something that we kind of all understand a little bit about. So let's have a look at that. And again, we're going to do, and I cannot spell bowling like I couldn't earlier on, bowling accessories. So we start always with the accessories, right? Now over 4,000 results, completely normal. We would not freak out at this point. So we look on the left here and we can see some more subcategories. So let's just take bowling shoe covers, for example. And that now has 184 results right down. So we're coming down these subcategories very quickly, which in itself is very interesting. Now, as we scroll down, we can see this one is 4409 in sports and outdoors, right? That is absolutely well within range. That's actually interesting. And a lot of these other products are kind of out of range, they're well out of range. But what I want to do is I want to actually still search a bowling shoe protector. So let's try that. So again, we search all of Amazon. So bowling shoe protector. So now we're into 174 results. So that's really interesting. Again, we're getting right down to a niche quickly. And that's the same product as this one because that is a sponsored product. So that's cool. 1984, that's a different type of an item. We'll look at that in a sec. 5231. So look, again, we would look at that straight away and we would sort of say there's only one player, it would seem, in this bowling market. And I don't know enough about it. I would say potentially this bowlingball.com, it's maybe just a very well-known one. It's one people are actually searching for. Well, actually, we can take a quick look at that. Bowlingball.com. Let's just see if it's like a big site or whatever. So this doesn't look all that, it's relatively well-known. Again, I don't know the market well enough. I'd have to do more research on this, but it would seem like a big site. So again, maybe it's just so well known, people know to search for that. That may be why this is doing so well. But look, there's other products here that are kind of interesting. So let's have a look at some of those. This one here, right? Now, again, I don't think these are all going to be amazing products, but the point is we're getting to find them really quickly with this process. So we have silicone waterproof. So let's go with silicone waterproof shoe cover. And people maybe would just type in waterproof, but we'll go with that. And they might even go with silicone shoe cover. So that's 850 silicone shoe cover over 3,000. So again, this is a very big market, one we would not get involved in. But what I would say there is, if we go back a step, we would come down here and we can start to see items related to this. Now, what I would quickly say is that because we know this is a very big market after just searching it and seeing over 3,000 results, we're probably only going to see silicone stuff here, right? That makes complete sense. We're very used to that. So the thing about it would be that a more niche product, so if we go with just like the bowling shoe cover product that we were looking at, this one here, The likelihood is that we would just simply find more different types of products here eventually, because it's a more niche product. And as you can see here, we're starting to get into this, like, so there's a bowling thumb saver, right? It would seem to me that we're getting a lot of these silicone ones. It seems to be related because it's a shoe cover, right? So that's why we're seeing a lot of that. But even there, like, now we're getting into this thing, bowling thumb saver. You know, I would literally not know. Like, I would not have known to search for that straight away, but I'm going down and I'm finding opportunities. 105 results, that's a tick. Right, and straight away we're starting to see a lot of these out of range. So clearly this is not something that's purchased on Amazon all that much. But then look, then we see this thing here. So the Hada patch pre-cut tape. So that's doing really well. So then does that bring us down another rabbit hole? So it's a 40-piece tape product. Looks like it's for bowling as well. And again, look how poor this listing is. Really, really poor. Like, you could easily compete with something like this and do very well. So this is bowling insert tape. So maybe we just go with that. Bowling insert tape. So 223, again, interesting. And as we go down, let's just see. So again, we're seeing a lot of products out of range. And that's the only one we found a minute ago was like well within range. Is here, 6126, 8258. So this tells me potentially this product is really well known within the golf niche. I would have to do more research on this to kind of confirm or deny that. But if not, like, it's interesting because it doesn't look like anyone's really doing this really very well other than that company at all. Like, everyone's looks pretty poor. The titles are really poor. So that could be an interesting market to research further, because there's not very many results here for this, which is a good thing. Are you on Instagram? If you're on Instagram, what I'd love you to do is give me a follow. All you got to do right now is maybe take out your phone if you're on your computer. If you're watching this on your phone, maybe just check this out later. Go to Instagram, sign in, and then go up and type in Stephen J. Summers. You should see this on screen right now. Stephen J. Summers, that's my handle. I want you to give me a follow, and then what I want you to do is send me a message on Instagram, DM me, let me know how you're getting on, if you've got any questions, and I'd love to respond to you. So jump over there right now, give me a follow, and I'll chat to you in there. Okay, so I popped over to Merchant Words just to have a quick look to see how much search volume there was in this market, because I felt like something weird was going on. And as you can see, there's less than 100 searches on Merchant Words. These are not always perfectly accurate, but again, it's an interesting one nonetheless. So that would tell me that like insert tape, 223 results, you know, it's just a very small market on Amazon, and it's not something people are buying a lot of. But we can actually put in the other one as well, which is the bowling shoe cover, because I still think that's interesting and one you could look at further. So 2,400 searches for that. So, like, you know, covers for men, covers. So, like, there's plenty of searches for that, and there's not that much really out there that looks particularly interesting. So again, I'm not saying go and do it. I'm just saying it's an interesting one nonetheless, just from what we're looking at very quickly with this process. So pretty cool. Let's look and see if we can find some other, you know, way. I'm just implementing this today. I'm not saying these are great products, but you can take this further, and I think you'll find a ton of products this way. Final one. Let's keep looking about here. I only stayed in the indoor one just for this example today, and again, I just saw pottery down here, so I thought let's take a look at pottery. So let's go back to Amazon, and we do our thing. We type our little pottery accessories. Let's go with that. So now, as always, we can click down here to see some more subcategories. Like there's only a few of these in this market, so immediately it'll say it's a kind of a smaller market, right? Pottery wheels and accessories, firing accessories, ceramic and pottery tools, craft cutting tools. So I'm gonna go with the ceramic and pottery tools just to see what's in here. And straight away, like, I mean, these products up here at the top, like, I have never heard of a pottery wheel bat in my life. And I would never have known that it even sells on Amazon, because I don't know what it is, because I'm not into pottery. But just by simply using the numbers, using the process, we're able to sort of know that even exists, which is a really cool thing in itself. Even here, bat system for potter's wheel, like, I wouldn't have known about that. And sometimes, you know, these can be markets you shouldn't get into because you don't know enough about them. But again, let's just implement the process. So as we look down here, some of these are well in range. Like, I already can look at this and I know that's going to be way too competitive just simply by looking at it. But you could literally just type in the polymer clay set. There's going to be too many people. I'm just going to type it in. So we'll go with polymer clay set. Let's see, we got over 1,000 results. So yeah, like everyone's doing the same thing, right? So going to be hard to stand out in that market. So we wouldn't get into that. It makes sense that that's really competitive just by the nature of the product. You know, it's people like buying these packs and stuff like that. This is interesting though. This is mud sponge, blue workhorse sponge. You know, it's a little bit out of range, yes, but these ones are well in range, right? So this is like a cleanup mud sponge cleanup and shaping tools for pottery and clay. So we could do pottery shaping tools just to see what that's about. So pottery shaping tools. So 620 results, that's interesting straight away. And as we look down, so that's a big product. It's probably going to be competitive, I would say. It's pottery and clay. You know, it looks well marketed too. Like that's going to be a tough one to compete with, right? Then we've got stuff like this: clay, pottery, molding, ceramics. Okay, sharp steel, keep away. The words tell us everything that we kind of need to know straight away. There's shredders here, which we wouldn't get interested in. This one here is a mud tool, small shredder, rasp tool. So let's just look at that. Shredder, rasp tool. Never heard of this in my life. Shredder, rasp tool. The only shredder I know is in Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Shredder? What a ridiculous name.
Let's have a look and see. 99 results, so it's right down. It's a tiny kind of thing. You know, it's 9 there, so it kind of looks like, you know, that one's kind of a different product. So I would say that's a huge product, but it's for feet. Kind of disgusting. So I would say if we just even go here and we'll just have a look at rasp tool, just to get a feel for the searches on it. And we're 1,300. So, you know, it's interesting enough because there's 1,300 searches, 999 results. So, you know, who knows? But the point of this whole process today was not to be like, oh my God, go buy rasp tools and shave your feet or whatever. But it was more to give you a feel for a process that can find really niche products very, very quickly. And I think we've done that today. So remember, it's the accessories thing. There's a whole big list of those hobbies and stuff like that. And remember, the more passionate people are about particular things, the more they spend money on those and the more they search for them. So I think we covered a lot of cool stuff today, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. That's it for today's video. I really enjoyed doing this one. I think it was a really interesting hack, and it kind of is a hack, which is kind of cool. But of course, as always, like this video if you got value today and you're gonna go and try this out. I want you to try this out and see what results you get from it. Also, subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon as well. It's down there. And finally, if you're not part of Marketplace Superheroes World, do get yourself over to our website. It's down in the description or in the first comment, and get yourself onto the email list where you can learn more about starting your own business on Amazon and how to build businesses online in general, making money and replacing your income as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you comment as well in the little comment triggers we have for you as always. Like, very important. And I'll see you in the next video.